All right, good morning, YouTube. This is a poem that I wrote yesterday for my Writers Network. Didn't write it for the site, but I wrote it and then I just posted it on there. It's called Fallen Soldiers, and it's the Writers Network website. Um, and I don't know if it's really a poem or just thoughts, but some of it rhymed. It's called Fallen Soldiers, a prayer for all of God's fallen soldiers. I see you and I care. God put me in your midst, but I wasn't able to provide solace there. I want to love you because that was my purpose on earth. Maria, the mother of all the sons, but somehow my pain didn't give birth to the love that I was supposed to give you. You asked me for a number, and I was too excited on maintaining my cloud. I was scared to look down because my spirit needed to soar for many moments, and if I looked too long, at you, I couldn't get what I wanted. Now you're dead and gone and I did nothing to add to your life. I'm sorry. I know apologies don't change things. If I'm lucky they may rearrange things, but I need to bless my mom for the love she gave before I focus my time on anyone else. I just wanted to let my fallen soldiers know that I love them. And even though sometimes I didn't want to get dirty and I just wanted to enjoy my pristine life, I still love you. God bless. And kind of what inspired this was I was looking up local news as usual, and I was reminded of a crime that happened last year, like October or so. There were two young boys that killed a quote unquote homeless man. Now, like I said, the media it puts out a lot of information, and half of the information is wrong, not intentionally, but just because they don't know and they just and it's irresponsible. But that's the way our system and the government allows them to be. They're just reporting information that's given to them. So whoever gives them the information, they're putting it out there. They called this man a homeless man. He was 33 years old. His last name was Hippolyte. And I remember the story before I knew the name of the person. It was by an auto parts store that I, at that time, lived a couple of blocks from. And I would walk past it to go to my little job, temporary job. And all my jobs are temporary, just so y'all know. But to go to my, coming to an employer near you. But I walked past that store and I was just kind of amazed that there was an article about these two young men, boys or whatever, that killed a homeless man, and the first rumor was it was over a laptop behind the Advanced Auto Parts store, and I was like, wow, and I shared it in horror and amazement with somebody, and people, didn't really say anything. I guess that's their wisdom, I need to learn some wisdom, but they didn't say anything because the truth was, which I didn't realize, and nobody sat down and told me, the murderers are still around, and you keep being scared and excited, you're gonna be next. But and I'm sure I'm on everybody's list somewhere, the government, whatever, But we all live and die, so I'll be dead. I may be tortured to death or mentally. I don't know what'll happen, but not worried about that. But anyhow, so I saw the story, and when I happened to look up the local news again, the story reappeared because earlier this year, they were children, 14 and 17-year-old boys, okay, and the story that came out, again, we don't know what's true. This is just what's reported by media, by what's given to them. They're just repeating information. Just like somebody gossip to you and tell somebody else and say they gave a telephone. That's all the media is gossip. So anyhow, and if you can find a way to enrich yourself from it, educate yourself from it, bring awareness to causes that may interest you, then use it. But keep in mind, it's all just gossip, okay? Um, but anyhow, the story turned away from it being a fight over a laptop, somebody trying to steal a laptop. What happened really was that the two boys had approached the man's name I know now to be Hippolyte, approached him to get a prostitute. The boys were 14 and 17 years old. They were, according to the media, they were cousins. They approached him for a prostitute. The man told them that he would get them a prostitute for $40. So the man brought the prostitute to the young boys, and just like 4 o'clock in the morning behind an Advanced Auto Parts store. The boys only had $5, so the prostitute was like, no, and she left. And so the boys was just like, okay, we'll go get some more money. We'll go get some more money. So they went home and they got a laptop. They were going to give the man the laptop for the prostitute. Now, of course, again, going on the way society is, the boys are the boys kind of had an upper hand because if this man appears seems to be homeless or whatever, the boys went and got the laptop. If in fact they exchanged it later on, they could say, "Oh, he stole the laptop," and who would the people believe? You know what I'm saying? You know. So, he was just like, "No, just give me the $40." And so they didn't give him the $40. And I guess what they were saying, and we don't know what really happened here. They might have just wanted to kill somebody. Who knows what happened? This is just what the media reported based on perceptions and what's given to them. So what the story is in the media is that um so the guy, Mr. Hippolyte, was just like, no, I want my money, and somehow, and I think it's more to it than what they're saying. I think they brutally killed that man, but basically they were saying that the guy said he wanted his money. They were like, no, they wanted the prostitute, and so a fight ensued. They ended up stabbing the man to death with a pen, a ballpoint pen, and a broken bottle. Now, what the kid's story was that they were in fear for their life. There's two of them. They could have took off running, gone different directions, and called the police. They had the upper hand. Somebody would have believed them over that man anyhow, regardless of if what they were saying was true or not. So, so when they gave the full name of the man, I looked him up, and like I said, being in the legal system, falsely accused and convicted, like many people are, misportrayed by media, by documents, all that good stuff. Um, when I looked the man up, I saw his face and I recognized him. Like I said, being in the legal system, I was court ordered to homeless shelters. And let me tell y'all what homelessness is. Homelessness does not necessarily mean what you think it means when you see people on the corner with the street signs. There are different levels of homelessness. There are people that have friends and family here. They just had to get away. So they're temporarily homeless. There are people that, are very independent, that don't depend on friends and family, and that pull themselves up by their own bootstraps, and they're court ordered to homeless shelters, so they're homeless, and as a result, after a while, they get used to that lifestyle, and so you have to kind of dig your way back out of what the system puts you in and place concrete on top of you for it. So it's different levels. This man, he looks familiar to me. I may have run across him on a bus, in a shelter, and, and it's a shame. You know what I'm saying? It really, truly is a shame. And so when I thought about that, I thought about how, I may have came across this man and never said hello, never said anything, you know, and God put me in different places for a reason. I think that I was accused, convicted, so I could see the other side of life, and homeless shelters for that too. I was supposed to somehow bless somebody, but I can tell you the whole 7, 8 years that I was there, 7 years, through the system and all these other type of things associated with it, I haven't blessed anybody. I really wanted to. I really wanted to, but I was so caught up in my own world, my own mess. I couldn't bless. And to be honest with you, even in hindsight, when I look, if I had to do it all over again, would I do things differently, as far as my interactions? I can't say that I would, because I don't know how. My upbringing and the type of person that I am is completely different. Um, I don't know how to just be around situations where there's drugs and violence and people just talking negatively about each other, and just be like it's okay. I don't want to know how to do that. You know what I'm saying? But I know that God put me there for a reason. So, to all the people that I've come across, there's been a few people that have died. Like, I was in a shelter up the street, and there was a girl, everybody kind of like attacked me. And it seems like the harder the situation is, sometimes the better I am at putting it together. And this one girl, she kind of fell for me, and I knew what the situation. It wasn't that I was doing anything wrong, and she knew too. It's just that I was an anomaly. And like I said, we're human beings. We're all like organisms, and just like the white blood cells attack the bad blood cells that's in the system, or the cells that are different, it recognizes, it translates that difference into a bad blood cell, even though it might not be, and attacks it. And that's kind of what I am. I'm like that anomaly, that blood cell that's different from everybody else. So when you put me in a group of people, I'm going to come under attack. And it's not because of jealousy or anything like that. It's just because I am different. I'm different through and through, complete. The way that my molecules are made up are different than everyone else's. So, and what made me think about this too, I was walking through Lauderhill Mall, And this man stopped me, and he used to work with me. And a lot of people recognize me that I don't recognize because one, I'm different. You know what I'm saying? And I'm different. I'm just different. And so, he asked me for my phone number, and I was like, I don't have a phone. Which, I just to keep it simple, I said I don't have a phone. I do have a phone, but I don't have a working phone. I don't have a traditional phone. I just use it for music. It's a huge MP3 player. Is basically what it is. Or when I want to vlog and stuff like that. And so when I said that, he looked a little disappointed, like, he thought me to be a truthful person, which I am a truthful person, and I should have, elaborated, but I was such in a hurry that I wanted to continue on my journey of my great day that I didn't feel like elaborating all that, so I just said, to keep it simple, I don't have a phone, because I don't have a traditional phone you can just call me on or anything like that. And I'm not a phone person anyway. So, I just kept it still simple. That's what I said. And he had this look like he knew that I was a truthful, honest person, but perhaps he saw me with a phone and thought I was lying, and he couldn't believe, and it just didn't make sense to him because he felt my spirit as an honest person. Why would I lie? What, something, there's got to be an explanation, but I wasn't given it, And so, he was just like, well, what do you do when you come across, how do you, a person keep in contact with you, if you bump into somebody that you like? And I was just like, I don't. I just say hi and I keep it moving. And then there was a guy that overheard the conversation. He was like at a perfume stand or something. And the look on, and he was a young boy, like maybe 18 to 20. And the look on his face was like, I had a higher calling, that I was supposed to do something more than that, and that I was really disregarding, what the purpose was for my presence to be there and that person to be at the same time. I didn't take into consideration that it's the holidays, that, this is the time of year when some people, I'm happy naturally, even through the worst situations. I might be tired and exhausted from going through it, but I'm happy. It might not appear that way sometimes because I'm focused or concentrating or I'm enjoying. You don't always have to be smiley to be enjoying the moment. I'm always enjoying my moment. Trust me. Even when I don't look happy, it's because I'm focused on something or I'm trying to figure out a way to do something. But I am. Trust me, y'all. I'm happy. And so, this time of year, for a lot of people, people are suicidal, and they're not feeling so great, because they're used to and accustomed to certain things happening in this time of the year. They've been trained and programmed that it should be that way, and because it's not that way, they feel a certain way about it, which is not necessarily a positive way. And so my calling at that point, from just the situation in hindsight, and that meant, and come stepping outside of who I am, was that maybe I was supposed to supply that solace. But on, exchange a number, what's the big deal, But I'm not a phone person. What's the point in giving somebody a number? You don't even have a real phone. You don't even use the phone. You know what I'm saying? And then that person's going to expect you to be available. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to be available because I'm not a phone person. That's why I don't have a phone. I don't need a phone. I don't need a lot of things. You all don't need a lot of things that you have that you think that you need, that you're enslaving yourself to. You know. But anyways, so this goes out to all the people that I should have, could have, and would have helped. And, this goes out to God for putting me into situations where I come across people that, I never would have imagined. Where I am one of those people that never would have imagined, So, big ups to God for all of that. And again, out to my fallen soldiers. A prayer for all of God's fallen soldiers. I see you and I care. God put me in your midst, but I wasn't able to provide solace there. I wanted to love you because that was my purpose on earth. Maria, the mother of all the sons, but somehow my pain didn't give birth to the love that I was supposed to give you. You asked me for a number and I was too excited on maintaining my cloud. I was scared to look down because my spirit needed to soar for many moments, and if I looked too long at you, I couldn't get what I wanted. Now you're dead and gone and I did nothing to add to your life. I'm sorry. I know apologies don't change things. If I'm lucky, they may rearrange things, but I need to bless my mom for the love she gave before I focus my time on anyone else. I just wanted to let my fallen soldiers know that I love them, even though sometimes I didn't want to get dirty, and I just wanted to enjoy my pristine life. I still love you. God bless. And that's the honest to God truth. I love anyone and everyone that I come in contact, good, bad, and ugly. People that have said cruel, nasty, mean things about me. People that wanted to diminish my spirit. Shit, I love you. You know what I'm saying? You have enriched my life, motherfuckers. Y'all, you have enriched my life. You've made it better. So, to anyone that's ever come in contact with me, the people that falsely accused and convicted me, the people that knew that they were doing that in the legal system and said, oh, well, now you found yourself without a job. Who cares about a job? You know what I'm saying? Who cares? But God bless you for being there and showing me that opposition. God bless you for prejudging me and knowing that and even after knowing that you were wrong, trying to convince yourself of that so you can live with yourself for the next day and look at your wife and your children and your kids and your husband and your loved one and your daughters. You know. So God bless you. I am glad that you came into your life. Thank you. Thank you for falsely accusing and convicting me. Thank you for respecting my appeal process. Thank you for whatever forces that be to help get that appeal and help get that appeal honored and heard. Thank you for putting it in a situation where if I wanted to take it further, that I could make sure everything was gone. But I'm not. Sometimes things are good just as it is. So I said thank you and God bless you. And I keep on enjoying my life and being happy until you know until it's all gone. I love y'all. Have a good day.